Morning. Okay, we're going to do a quick update. Last video, the elevator quit taking beans because they were full. The very next day, I had an empty truck already. I was going to go out, cut corn, and start hauling corn again until they're ready to accept beans again. I woke up in the morning. There was dew on the ground. I was like, you know, I'll fire the truck up. I can cut corn when there's a little bit of dew. So I went out, fired the truck up, aired it up. I was literally pulling out of the barnyard here, and I got a text message from the elevator saying that they're going to start accepting beans this afternoon. Huh. Okay. Meaning yesterday. I'm like, all right then. So I backed the truck up and I parked it, and I'm like, so I'll just drag my feet and do some things in the barn here and then take the truck out and fill it with soybeans. That way I can haul soybeans in and not switch the combine over and all that other crap for one load. I took care of the things I needed to in the barn here. I went out, I cut a load of soybeans, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go back to the farm, finish working in the barn. Well, I'm waiting for them to say, hey, we're ready to take soybeans. I drive the semi back to the farm here. I literally pull in the driveway, and as I'm making the turn in the driveway, I got a message saying we're ready to accept beans. Sweet. Turn around, take the truck in, dumped it, and went back to the field and finished cutting beans yesterday in that area. But I got to show you this. Hang on, let me unplug. Is that a little better? As I was cutting in the field, I'm walking on the platform. As I was cutting in the field, filling the soybeans, everything was going good. Beans were at 10, 11% moisture. I'm cutting along, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it spikes to like 20%. I'm like, what in the hell just happened? So I stop, I get out, and I'm looking, and we have a weed problem in that particular field. The weed, I had to Google it. It's black nightshade is what it is. And what it is it produces a green berry which turns black when it's ripe. But if you look, see those green berries right there? They're the same size as the beans. So naturally, the combine harvested them. By doing that, it raised the moisture of the beans. And I didn't realize we were having an issue with this weed in that field until I got into it. And the reason why is because of the fact that the beans were knee to waist high. This nightshade is like shin height. So it was about 4 inches below the top of the beans. So when you drive by the field from the road and look out, it just looks like a bean field. Looks good. But below the beans, top of the beans, is this weed. So I know I'm going to get hit with dockage on this particular load. So I put it in my head. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to cut all the crappy parts off right now, and I would rather get docked by one load versus 2 different loads. So this load is going to get hit hard, I'm sure. But I would rather sacrifice 1 load than 2 or 3 loads. So yeah, I'm going to truck this in this morning, and because of the moisture content, because of these berries that are in here, yeah, I I threw the fan on it last night just to let it run all night long to try and draw some of the moisture out of there. But we'll see. That wasn't near as bad as I thought it'd be. We were docked 4 bushels on that load. I thought it was going to be way worse than that. All right, I made it back to the field. I only have about 20-ish acres left to cut in this field, this backfield, and then I'm done with this farm, and I'm going to jump across the road and cut off that 40-acre chunk. So I'm hoping these beans are yielding very, very well. So I'm hoping I can get across the road, but the other part of me says I hope not, because that means there's a lot of beans here and I'm going to fill everything up. But we'll see. Well, letting the machine warm up, I was walking around doing my preliminary check. I noticed I had a broken guard. So, might as well fix that right now while I see it and know about it. And things might cut a little easier. Okay. Guard changed. Combine is warmed up. I used the restroom. So now we should have blast off. My Volta, I have you guys mounted on a Volta handle that I use as a remote to turn on and off the camera. Yeah, the battery died. So I have to manually turn you guys on. I know. It's hard work, but I am willing to do it for you guys. We are cut. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but I've been kind of pushing hard to kind of get harvest done and over with, because of the fact that I have a cousin that is getting married November 9th, and it's a destination wedding. And when we got the invitation, I kind of did the, whatever, it's during harvest, I'm not going to do it. And the wife came home and flipped out. She saw that it was a destination wedding and where we were going, and she told me that we are going no matter what. Awesome. So we made reservations. We went and got our passports and did all of that and paid for everything, and everything's all said and done. But November 7th through the 11th, we are going to be gone, like out of the country gone. So now I've got this big push to try and get harvest done before we leave. That's why I've been kind of pushing to get this done. And right now, knock on wood, providing everything works out like it should, it kind of looks like I'm going to be done around Halloween. So that's a plus. I had a problem. I came up with a solution. My problem is I got to move across the street. In order to move across the street, I got to drop the head, drive down the road, so on and so forth. But I need my pickup truck out here to pull the head across the road. Nobody's at the farm. So I came up with a solution. To try and save me some time, I dropped the head or the grain cart off the tractor, and I'm using the grain cart tractor to pull the head across the street so I can bring the grain cart or the tractor back, hook it back up to the grain cart, and I think that would save me more time than driving 11 miles back to the farm, get my truck, drive 11 miles back, move the head, drive 11 miles back, get in the semi, and then drive 11 miles back again. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that don't look goofy. Oh well, we're not here for a fashion show. What's the old saying? A plan's not stupid if it works. I'm in the next field cutting, so it worked. I don't think I would do it for a lot of fields, but to cross the street like I did, it worked. You guys ever have one of those days where you're fine, everything's good, you're in a decent mood, and then there's just that one thing that happens and it just sets you off like a powder keg? That's where I'm at right now. So yeah, I'm about ready to just say screw it, take a day off. And I'll be honest with you, it's probably just the 14 to 18 hour days I've been putting in 7 days a week non-stop that's just kind of got me cranky. But I've kind of gotten to the point where it's like, you know what, screw it all. I know I'm not going to be able to get this field done. I still have to go over to that line of trees yet, and I'm at 60% full right now, and this will be the last dump before I fill all the semis. And the elevator closes at 7, and it takes me an hour and 3 minutes to get there, and it's 5:40 right now. So by the time I finish filling this, finish filling the semi, get the semi aired up, I'm not going to have time to make the elevator. So I guess I'm going to go home and sleep. I figured I might as well fill it up while I got a minute tonight, rather than doing it at 6 a.m. in the morning and irking the neighbors. But at any rate, I'm going to fill this truck with fuel, park it for the night, and go home. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.